so that the baby born will be holy and will be called the Son of God. The angel reminded her that nothing is impossible with God. So Mary decided to trust God and all that he had planned for her. Before their wedding, Joseph found out that Mary was pregnant. He thought she had done something wrong. But Joseph was a man of God and decided to break off the engagement quietly so no one around town would think badly of Mary. While Joseph was thinking about all this, an angel appeared to him in a dream. The angel said, "Joseph, don't be afraid to take Mary as your wife." The angel explained that Mary's baby was from God. The angel told Joseph that the baby's name would be Jesus, and he would save his people from their sins. And when Joseph woke up, he did as the angel told him. And took Mary as his wife, while she was still pregnant with the Son of God. And so Joseph and Mary trusted in God, and the two followed the plan that God had given them to help bring the Savior into the world.
All right.
What?
So who do you think is playing? Who do you think Tamara is playing? It's really easy.
Mary.
Who do you think Andrew's playing?
Joseph.
Joseph and Elijah? Angel, Gabriel. So, I hope you guys are paying attention in that video because some of the questions we'll be asking you guys in just a little bit for prizes will come from that video. Will come from that video that we just watched about Mary and Joseph and Angel. But, so we know that Gabriel came to Mary, and what did he tell Mary? What did he tell Mary, Bryson?
To be her, like...
Help him out, Savannah.
She was going to have a baby.
She was going to have the baby, but there was a problem because Mary wasn't married. Try saying that 10 times fast. It's like a tongue twister. That was a rhetorical thing. You don't really have to say it, okay? Good. I'm glad that you guys can do it. I can't. So, Mary wasn't married, and so Joseph was going to say, well, I'm not going to marry you, man. But then Joseph had a dream, and the angel said, what?
It's a doggy.
The angel said what to Joseph? Bryson?
Be her wife.
To be your husband, to marry her, to marry Mary. So, that's what they did. And then they went off to do God's plan, what they had for him.
You
So,
know what else the angel said?
yes, Anthony.
The angel also said, you shall name the baby Jesus.
Jesus, yes, Elijah.
I know what else. I know what else the angel said to
I hope you know what the angel said. I hope you know what the angel said.
don't be afraid to marry him.
Yeah, that's right. Yes, angel.
You don't have to be married to have a baby.
We're not gonna go down there. So, she's gonna giggle about it. No, we're not talking about that. So, Elijah, you're right. Gabriel first told Mary and Joseph, do not be afraid. And if I saw an angel just appear, I would be a little freaked out. How many else would you guys be freaked out if you just saw an angel appear? Not this angel, but an actual angel. Just be like, what's up? Check it out. So, yeah.
I would.
You want it, Savannah? Savannah's like, no.
I would have broke the wall.
All right. So our memory verse today is going to be what Mary's answer was to the angel. So who can read it? Who can read our memory verse for me today? Athena?
I am the Lord's servant. Mary answered, May your word to me be fulfilled.
That's right. Okay, let's get a guy to read it now. We had Athena read it. Where's a guy who can read it? Asa, since you're right up here.
Oh, man.
Luke 1:38. I am the Lord's servant, Mary answered. May your word in me be fulfilled.
To me.
There we go. Luke 1:38. I am the Lord's servant. Mary answered, may your word to me be fulfilled. What do you guys think that verse means, Savannah? Yes. What do you guys think that verse means? It doesn't mean Mary had to go to the bathroom. Mary looked at the angel and said, okay, sounds good. I got to go to the bathroom. No, that's not what happened. I got to go. What do you guys think that verse means, Elijah?
You forgot. That it means.
Let's look at it one more time.
She accepted it.
She accepted it. Let's look at it one more. Let's actually say it all together. This could possibly be a question for our review of what our memory verse says. So let's say it all together. Andrew's going to start us off. Andrew's going to start us off on the count of 3. Andrew, count to 3, and then start us off with our memory verse today. 1, 2.
No, I got it.
You got it?
Uno, dos, tres. I am the
Lord. Oh, that was awful. 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 All right. It was better, but happy birthday.
I
am the Lord's servant.
Mary answered,
may
your
word to me be fulfilled. All right.
NIV.
Luke 1:38. So hopefully you were paying attention, because that could possibly be a question that we're going to ask you for a prize of either what the memory verse says or where the memory verse was found in the Bible. So I hope you're paying attention, because I'm not showing it to you again. So Elijah, going back to you. What did you say that verse meant?
She accepted it.
She accepted it. She accepted God's plan, right? Because it was God's plan for Mary to have the baby, and we know who the baby is. It's Jesus, the Son of God. And what about Joseph? Because God had a plan for Joseph too. What was God's plan for Joseph? Anthony? To marry Mary and be the earthly father. And be the earthly father of Jesus. Now Joseph did the same thing. He woke up from his dream and he accepted it. Right? He accepted what the angel had said to him in his dream, and he went and he married Mary, and they went off to the city, because that's when Duke comes out, and you'll see in the play. And it says, I'm going to go back to my home. By the way, come see the Christmas play. It's really good. You guys are doing an awesome job. So, and bring your friends, because it's pretty good. Yes, Bryson. Yeah, because Mary was having a baby. So, God's plan for Mary and Joseph was to trust him and be the earthly parents of Jesus. Now they knew, because the angel told them that it was going to be the Son of God, and that's a pretty scary thought. I mean, that would scare me if an angel said, hey, you're going to be the earthly parent of a Son of God. I'd be like, I'm going to do what now?
They probably did say that.
I was like, me? Me? The earthly parents of the Lord? What? What? That's what my face would be too. That's what my face too. But they had to have faith that God had a plan and he had it all worked out. Just like Roberto has to have faith. The Skippers got this new plan for the lighthouse all figured out. Mary and Joseph had to have faith, and they even said it in the video. They had faith and they trusted the plan that God has for them. Even if they may have been like, I'm going to do what now? Are you sure you're going to use me? Are you sure I can do this? Are you sure you want me to do it? They had faith and trust that God had the plan for their life.
Pixie dust.
Worked out. Yes, faith, trust, and pixie dust. They had it all figured out. They trusted God. And we can do the same. Because you heard me a couple weeks ago talk about how God has a plan for your lives and how we can trust him. We looked at the story of David and Goliath. And we also looked at the story of Gideon. And we looked at how in both those stories and many, many, many other stories in the Bible, these people had to trust God's plan for their lives. But it's our choice to either go with a plan or say, no thank you. See, Mary and Joseph, what do you think would happen if Mary and Joseph said, no thank you, I don't want to be the earthly parent of a son of God, no thank you. What do you think would happen? Angel?
He would make them, maybe.
Maybe. Elijah?
Would help.
No.
Ooh.
Duke?
He'd be in big trouble.
No. Bryson?
He would have a punishment.
Maybe, but the main thing is they wouldn't be in the Bible, right? it would be a pretty short story in the Bible if we read in the book of Luke, if we read, and Mary and Joseph said, no, not today. And the story would have ended right there, and then we'd read about Bob
Yeah,
and
but
Susan.
what happened to Jonah when he said, no, not today?
Exactly. Exactly.
He got swallowed by a fish.
Yeah, he did. A big fish.
Smelly
Big
one,
fish.
too.
A big smelly fish, and then he got puked up at the end, so that's gross. That is nasty. He got barfed up. So,
Is that in the Bible?
yeah, it's in the Bible. It's crazy. It's a crazy story.
Real.
Oh boy, was in that fish for 3 days, and God made the whale puke him up. And it was, yeah.
Was it?
Nasty. So,
Was
Mary
it a
and-
whale?
Wait, a whale isn't a fish, it's a mammal.
Well, those are fish, it's a mammal.
Science.
Okay, science expert.
And
Okay.
it is though.
Well,
It's right.
Okay,
You
technically,
know, I have a friend that we would really like take a
technically speaking, yes, a whale is a mammal.
No
Thank-
one would do.
So, but Mary and Joseph, yeah, they could have had a consequence, but they also, you know, Jesus would have had other earthly parents as well, possibly. So, it's a good thing they trusted God and had faith that God had the plan worked out for their lives. Even when it seems like they weren't the right ones or whatever. And sometimes that's what you guys need to think. Because when God told me that I was going to be a pastor, he wanted to be a children's pastor, I was like, you want me to do what? I don't know.
You're like, I don't know.
I told my dad I wanted to be a pastor once when I was about Andrew's age, and then he told me, he had me preach in front of the kids we had at the time. And I was like, no. And he's like, well, you got to learn how to talk to kids if you're going to be a children's pastor. Kind of part of a job. So I was like, okay, well, God, if this is really what you want me to do, if this is a plan you have for my life, I'm going to put my faith and trust in you to guide me through this, knowing that you're in control of this plan. No matter how I feel about myself, I'm like, I was 16 when I preached my first sermon to the kids. I was like, I am a kid still. I don't know how to talk to kids about stuff like this, but I had to put my faith and trust in God, and I still do. That's everyday life where we have to put our faith and trust in God and the plan he has for our lives. So, boys and girls, when God tells you to do something, like he has something for you to do, that he has this plan for you, just like the skipper told Roberto, just like Gabriel told Mary and Joseph, it's our choice to either put our faith and trust in him and say, yes, I'll go along with a plan that you have. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to put my faith and trust in you, that you're in control of this. You know what's going to happen. Or we can be like Jonah, like Mrs. Bridges said, and say, no, thank you, not today. And then who knows what can happen. Who knows what can happen. It's always smart to say yes to God's plan. But it's our choice. It's not going to force you to. God didn't necessarily make Jonah. Jonah ran away from him. And then God was like, okay, well, there's consequences when you say no. And then Jonah kind of smartened up and said, maybe I should do what you want me to do. So
I'm not gonna get
then he messed
eaten
up
by a
again.
whale.
Jonah's a crazy guy. Jonah's a crazy man. So yeah, we're gonna talk about coming up in the next couple months, because I know what's gonna happen in the next couple months. You guys will be learning all about Jonah. And so it's gonna be on a Wednesday night in February. So make sure you come to Wednesday night in February to learn all about Jonah. So anyway, the point of today is when God asks you to do something or tells you to do something, it's your choice to either say yes or no. It's your choice to say either yes or no to what God wants you to do. 'Cause I hope you guys will be like Mary and say, I am the Lord's servant. May your word to me be fulfilled, and accept it like Elijah had said. To be like, okay, this is your plan for me? Okay, cool. Let's do it. Let's go. It can be scary. It can be scary. It can be scary. Sometimes I walk in here still scared of you guys because you guys are scary. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm like, I don't know. Because y'all are scary. Look at me with your little eyes going, what's he going to say? Y'all are scary. But I am accepting the plan that God has for my life and say, hey, God, if this is where you want me to be, and if this is what you want me to do, then here I am. I'm going to do it. Even if it's scary, even if I don't feel like I can do it sometimes, I'm having faith that you are in control of this plan and that you're going to guide me and you have my back, just like we talked about weeks and weeks and weeks ago. So that's what I want to talk to you guys about today as we start off the Christmas thing, this Christmas season, is what's your answer going to be when God asks you to do something? It doesn't even have to be a whole life thing. It can be something as simple as God's telling you, I want you to go say hi to the new kid at school. I want you to go do this nice thing for your parents. I want you to go do this nice thing for your siblings.
Wash the dishes.
Wash the dishes.
Nope. That's what he does almost every
It could be whatever. It could be whatever.
Go jump off a bridge.
It could be whatever. It could be God saying, hey, your parents are having a rough day, go clean up the dog poop outside because they don't want to deal with that. It could be anything. It could be anything. Because around Christmas can be hard for some people. Christmas can be a hard time for some people. And maybe you guys in your schools have some people, have some classmates, have some friends, but the whole Christmas season is a little bit hard.
Like the Grinch.
And so it makes them a little bit sad, or they're like a little bit of a Grinch. Maybe God will say, hey, I want you to go be a friend to them. I want you just to say something nice to them. And at that moment, it's going to be your choice to say, yes, God, okay, sounds like a good plan, let's go. Or, no, thank you. That new kid is weird. Reminds me of Pastor Austin. That new guy is weird. I'm not no. It's going to be our choice. So that's the question. Are you going to say yes or no? Mary and Joseph had to make the same choice. As we see in our memory verse, Mary said yes. So that's what I wanted to encourage you guys with. That no matter how you may feel about yourselves, because I told you a couple weeks ago, you all can be used by God. And we looked at David, how David was just a small or a teenager, and then we looked at Josiah, who was an 8-year-old king. So I know that God can use you guys. Andrew knows. Because we have both seen God using kids in awesome ways for him. And those kids have decided to say yes. And as far as I know, some of those kids are still saying yes to God's plan, even no matter where it takes them. It's kind of cool to watch them grow up and still say yes to God's plan for their lives and do awesome things. So hopefully I'll get to watch you guys grow up, and then I'll feel really old when you guys go start graduating from high school and stuff. And I'm like, good. When Sarah graduates from high school, I'm going to feel really old. I'm gonna be like, dear Lord, I remember when Sarah was,
What about Emmy?
or Darren, or Emily, or Manny, or any of you guys. When you guys start graduating from high school, I'm going to start crying because I'm going to be like, I'm
You're
old.
gonna feel old when I graduate.
Yeah, when Andrew graduates.
I'll make sure I invite you to mine.
Man, gee, I'll feel old. And I hope.
You feel old when your babies start having babies. That's the problem.
Yeah, when you guys graduate high school and you guys get married and start having kids, I'm gonna feel super old.
I got kids that I used to watch in the nursery and carry around on my back, and
They're having kids now? Yeah, makes you feel.
what's happening?
I don't like that. So,
Life is falling apart.
so don't grow up. No, I'm just kidding. Don't.
What's in
Everybody
those
grows up,
numbers?
but I
I
hope
promised my mom I would not grow up.
I hope as you grow up, you always say yes to God's plan for your life.
Enjoy being a kid.
So we're gonna watch this video,
Uh-oh.
not that video. But we don't have time for that video.
What video?
We don't have time for that video, buddy.
What video?
We don't have time for that video. We really don't even have time for that
What
video. So I
video?
don't know how
What
long-
video?
Oh my God.
Say that
Time for
video
game.
instead of them.
Huh?
What video?
Time for game.
Yeah, we gotta have time
Well,
for a review.
We can. I'll play that
So-
video
I would rather play games than watch a video.
so we can watch other video.
I would rather
Well, we don't even have time for either video, honestly, because I don't know how long Pastor Buddy's gonna go. So
What video?
here's video. I do have 2 videos to show you, but because of time, I'm not gonna show them. But look on Facebook tomorrow, and there'll be one of the videos shared on Facebook. So- Huh?
Put it on YouTube.
Yeah, and then YouTube will be on there, but tomorrow will be one specifically on Facebook,
I don't have
just for Andrew, because Andrew really likes it. So Well, here-
You
Got YouTube. Mom.
here's what you do. Who said us kids don't have no Facebook? Okay, well here's what you do. You have 2 parents who have Facebook. I know because I have both of them on my Facebook. So you say, Mom, Dad, let me see this video that Pastor Austin was talking about yesterday, and let me see what's on this Facebook. I have all your parents on Facebook.
That's never true.
So
Do you have my mom on Facebook?
I talk to your parents all the time without y'all knowing about it. So
I know about it.
My mommy tells me when you talk.
so I always talk to your parents. I have your parents' phone numbers and Facebooks and everything. So I know I can tell your parents when you're bad and when you're good. Okay. Merry Christmas. So anyway. We are going to pray, and then we're going to do our review game. So I hope you guys were paying attention, because since we're done praying, we're going to talk about what we've learned today.
So you have
Andrew, get that
learned
song ready.
applies to our lives today.
We've got that
You
song.
ruined
Lots to
it.
say
So we're going to pray. Nope, not that video.
I ruined
Oh,
it.
I miss it?
Not video.
You guys okay?
Yeah.
All right.
You're coming.
Oh.
We're going to pray.